So one thing is certain. How did it get here? You've been able to state how we got here, Dr. Abbott, so I'm not going to belabor that issue, but I'm just going to make a couple of points. Number one, nobody likes strikes. But Labour has a justified reason for this. Like I said yesterday, we can't all go mad. We can't live in a country where a Labour leader went for a protest and is beaten that way. And I keep asking the question, if Joe Ajaero had been killed, is this how the police will be passing the buck? Yes, give it to the government. They've redeployed the Commissioner of Police. The IG has said they're going to investigate and all of that. But we've not seen concrete results. Is it that we cannot find the mob that beat Ajaero? Do we now have an unknown mob? Anyway, humor me, it's Nigeria. In the 70s, we had unknown soldiers that threw Fela's mother down, that did a lot of harm and a lot of damage. I'm sure probably we have unknown civilians. Now we have unknown mob. This is also the country of unknown gunmen. So is it that since then, something like this happened, and everybody keeps saying we don't have an hand in it, then all of a sudden, the truth is nobody can find those that perpetrated this act against Joe Ajaero. During Joe Ajaero's press conference, he made very indicting statements about the government and about the police. So you see that has not been investigated. I feel bad about the strike, yes, because at the time Nigeria needs a lot of economic resurgence. It's going to hamper activities like it has done. I spoke to some oil workers in key oil companies today. They couldn't go to work. They are not at work as we speak today, at least one of them that I spoke to, because of the strike. But why didn't the government solve the problem? The government went to court, he has got a court order, but Mr. Fallon has been able to tell them that actually these Labour leaders and Labour can go on strike. But when the government talks about contempt of court, I laugh at hypocrisy. Is this not the same government that a court of law ruled that Emefiele should be released, that the DSS officials rearrested him? Was that not contempt? Was that not even violation and desecration of the temple of justice? Was there no fisticuff between two government officials of prisons and the DSS? It happened here in Lagos, that drama. So when they talk about contempt of court, I'm taken aback. Then Mr. Bayo Onanuga says, yeah, there's political reason and slant to it. But if you look at the case of Imo, that matter has been on even before the political season started, about the rights of the workers. Why hasn't the governor fixed the problem? The governor said something of some sort, and I like the way you couch it, Dr. Abati, sort of like a veiled apology. Isn't a proper apology necessary if he wants to dissociate himself for it as the chief security officer of the state, and this happened under his watch? Because he claimed in that interview he knew nothing about it. So that's the way our country has become. And this is not about Joe Ajaero. People miss the point because we're couching it about Joe Ajaero. It's about the fact that anybody can just be beaten blue, black, and nothing will happen. But that's not the way to build a country. And that's what we should look at critically. So all of the terms laid down, like you laid them out, Dr. Abati, can the government engage Labour? Hopefully they will be able to engage Labour in the coming days. I'll be able to reach a compromise and stop all of this. The argument about Labour overstretching itself, I think Labour, yes, has that problem. Because a lot of Nigerians feel where they ought to have gone on strike, they will not go on strike. The government has a way of stealing their thunder, they talk and all of that. Because there are many pending issues. So take, for instance, the president said the Port Harcourt refinery will kick off in December. Heineken Lokpobiri has come out to say, that's the Minister of State for oil, has come out to say otherwise. That is the first phase that'll kick off. So we have many problems. Today, automatically, we've forgotten even about the plight of the workers from the subsidy removal. You know how we behave in Nigeria? We just adapt. And when we are pushed to the wall, we morph into the wall. It comes from a lot of African magic, where people disappear into the wall. But the problems don't go away. Just like there's that big problem there that the government is saying they want to take 40% of the revenue From universities already, we're complaining that universities don't have enough money to run themselves, and you want to take 40% of that out of that revenue. So how do they fix the problems they have? We're complaining of low funding in the educational sector. So multiple problems.